So welcome to part 2 of the tutorial, and in case if you missed the part 1 or you don't know what the heck is going on, what is she doing here, you can find the link in the description for the part 1. You can watch that video there, or you can also go to my channel and find that video there with also many other amazing Photoshop tutorials. So let's start with the smoke, because the basic stuff is totally done. We color corrected her, the background is okay. So first thing is adding smoke. So as you can see here, we have really good realistic smoke going on, and people usually ask me that, hey, how to create realistic smoke inside Photoshop? Well, the answer is you don't create one. Photoshop, we don't create like smoke stuff in Photoshop, and even if you try to do, it looks really shitty. I mean, I have seen many tutorials and it doesn't look good. The answer is you either use brush or you use like what, yes, image, that's the word. You use images. So as you can see here, I have smoke image. So if I disable the mask and change the blend mode to normal, you can see here a smoke with black background, a bit of black background going on. So you put your smoke image in Photoshop and then you change the blend mode to screen, and when you have really hard edges like this, you mask it out. See, it's really easy thing to do. Apply a layer mask, grab a brush and paint in black color where you don't want smoke. It's that easy, don't make it complicated. And then to as you can see here, the smoke looks good, but we can make it look better. So for that, duplicate the layer of smoke and put it on top of everything. And as you can see here, it's not some wonderland thing going on, so I'm gonna make it like small, something like this. And then I'm gonna remove, okay, not select the mask first, always remember that thing, okay, lesson learned. And then I'm gonna remove it from here, and I want that smoke only on her dress, a little bit of smoke. And then I can reduce the opacity a little bit so that she can blend better in the background. Okay, I really should have scripted it out, because I did not expect it that tutorial will go this long. So as you can see here, this far we are going pretty good, and we did everything. And now everyone's favorite, I think we did everything. We even enlarged her dress. And okay, this one step we forgot to do. So as you can see here, you may find that this portion, you can see here, this has some really weird black like patches here. Everything else is super bright and good, but this one looks really dark. So create a new layer, go to levels and increase the midtones a bit, and then highlights a little bit. Select a brush, press Ctrl I, so it will hide everything. And then I'm gonna paint with white color so we can remove those black patches from there, and she can look even awesome. See, that looks good, pretty good. So now let's create the lens flares. So to create the lens flare, I if you have seen my previous videos, you know I really love lens flares, and I have shown really different ways to create this flare. So this time another way. So go to make sure create a new layer, fill the black color, go to filter and render, and then select lens flare. Even 4-year-old can do that, you know. So selecting the lens, I used, I'm pretty sure, 105 mm, and then put it somewhere here. And if you want bigger flare, just increase the brightness, obvious thing. And then change the blend mode to screen, and there you have your lens flare. A flare coming out of her mouth. Bruh. Not pretty good. So put the flare where it's supposed to be, and then you want an orange flare. So what you can do is image adjustment and go to hue saturation. Now if you directly change the hue, it's not gonna look that great, but the trick is click on this option called colorize and then increase the saturation so it will make it dark, and I have never seen a red sun but the orange one, so I'm gonna make it orange. See, looks pretty good. And then you can also decrease the brightness, but you can't increase it because of that black layer. This crazy stuff you can go see here, but don't worry about that. Concentrate on the flare, and you can decrease the lightness a little bit and hit OK. So as you can see here, looks pretty good, but we have this small round dots, so I'm gonna mask it out. So apply a layer mask, and I'm gonna paint black color there so we can hide that. And then the overall thing, so create a blank layer, and as you can see here, we have this overall brightness going on here, really good. So this is also really easy thing to do. Let's copy the color and select just a dark desaturated orange color, see, and then select a brush and make it screen layer before painting, so you get the idea what kind of things you are painting. Okay, and then start painting it here, and it's ready, everyone's favorite lens flare. So it's going on here, and I also posted this image in Photoshop and Lightroom group, and they're really good, some really good people helped me that I should use flare, and that looks better, and I also found it pretty good. So thank you those guys for helping me out, really nice people in the world. So as you can see here, I totally nailed it, and this doesn't look even half good as this one, so don't worry about it. All you have to do is just paint carefully. Okay, don't rush it out like me. Take your time, take your sweet time, and paint carefully. So I'm gonna take an eraser and remove it from here, something like this, so we don't overdo it. So this is the one thing with the lens flares, never overdo it. You will always want to make it like bright, awesome Michael Bay style lens flares. Don't do that, they don't look that great. So I'm gonna stop talking now and apply final steps so you can guys be free with my, how long is it, let me check first. Okay, it's already half hour plus, so I'm gonna end the tutorial now and finish it. So now it's time for the final step so you guys can be free from my lecture, a half an hour long tutorial. So this is the final step to add some warmth in the overall image so it can get a good overall feeling. So this is one really good trick that I found. Usually people do this thing with curves, but it can also happen with levels, and I'm gonna show you how. So if you go to levels, people usually change these sliders, but this time instead of those, use this one and add slight bit of this slider so it will kill the contrast in the image, and add a red color same way, not too much. So I didn't do anything in green, I promise. Okay, I did magenta. So add a slight bit of magenta if you want. This is like really crazy stuff. Take your time and then apply it so you don't ruin your image, because one bad layer and it can kill your overall composition. So don't rush it, take your sweet time and then do it. So I'm gonna add a little bit of here. So as you can see here, this one doesn't look as good as this one, but looks okay. So I'm gonna also remove it from her face a little bit, so you can like remove it here. And I know I missed a part where I did not explain how to mask this layer, how to deal with this kind of transparent brushes, but it's really easy. Whenever, okay, let me open this thing and let me turn on the background. So when you have this kind of situation, as you can see here, so it's really easy to create this kind of transparent thing. Take your brush, make sure opacity is like really low, maybe 40%. Don't decrease the flow, I don't like to do that because that creates the patches. And then start painting so you can have half transparent things. So if I click here or maybe somewhere here, as you can see here, it doesn't remove it totally, it creates a kind of transparency, so you can, it can look like it's going through, we can make things see through. So that's pretty good thing. If I increase the opacity 100% and then I click here, as you can see here, it totally removes it, but the 50% or lesser opacity will make it look transparent. So the tutorial is finally done, and thank you very much guys if you watched till here. Very few people will do it, I know, but if you watched till here, thank you very much. And you can, if you have any time left, you can go to my channel and check out also other pretty good tutorials. And you know, there's a subscribe button on YouTube, so you can subscribe to my channel so you can find another awesome tutorials when I upload them. And you can also share your comments with about flares, your experiences with your images, sometime when you screwed up or anything. I would really love to discuss about them. So again, thanks for watching guys. Goodbye, take care, and have some fun with Photoshop.